sister I grew up with. You're making everything harder. You can't live here anymore.
The argument started over something small. It always did. The sound of a glass slipping from Lily's hand echoed across the kitchen floor. It shattered. Marissa jumped back. "Seriously?" she snapped. "Again?" "I'm sorry," Lily said quickly, gripping her crutches. "My hand slipped." "It always slips," Marissa muttered. Ethan ran his hands over his face. "Can we just have one normal day?" he burst out. Lily froze. "I said I'm sorry. It's not about the glass," Ethan shouted. "It's about everything." The room went silent. Marissa crossed her arms. "We can't even invite people over," she added. "There's always medication on the table, crutches by the door. It feels like a hospital." Lily's breathing became uneven. "This was my home before it was yours," she said softly. Ethan's jaw tightened. "And it doesn't feel like it anymore." The words hit like a slap. Lily stared at him. "I'm trying," she whispered. "Trying isn't enough," he yelled. "We're adjusting our whole lives around you." Marissa stepped in. She needs somewhere equipped, somewhere designed for her condition. Her condition. Lily's hands trembled. "I have a name," she said quietly. No one answered. The silence was worse than the shouting. That night, the argument exploded again. "You think I asked for this?" Lily cried. "You think I wanted to lose my leg? I didn't say that." "You don't have to," she shouted back. "You say it every time you sigh when I take too long." Ethan slammed his hand against the wall. "This house is suffocating." Her face went pale. "Then I'll leave." The words were calm, too calm. Marissa blinked. "Maybe that's best," she said quietly. Ethan didn't stop her. That was the loudest part. 2 days later, her suitcase stood by the door. She struggled to lift it. Ethan watched, didn't move. "You don't have to look at me like that," he said defensively. "You said you'd leave." "I didn't think you'd let me," her voice cracked. "After Mom died, I thought we promised each other." Ethan looked away. "You promised you wouldn't make me feel like a burden." He swallowed hard. "I never called you that. You didn't have to." Silence. She adjusted her crutch. "I remember when you couldn't sleep without the hallway light on," she whispered. "I stayed awake so you wouldn't be scared." His chest tightened. "I thought maybe you'd stay too." Her voice broke, but she didn't cry. She walked slowly. Tap, drag, tap. The door closed. 4 days after Lily left, the letter arrived. Mortgage statement, paid for 18 months, from Lily's account. Ethan's hands trembled as he flipped through the documents. Her mother's life insurance, transferred, almost all of it, to clear the remaining balance of the house. A smaller envelope slipped out, her handwriting. It read, "I know you worry about losing this place, so I made sure you wouldn't." His throat tightened. "I didn't want you to feel trapped because of me." The room felt smaller. The shouting replayed in his head. Trying isn't enough. His phone rang. Unknown number. He almost ignored it. "Hello? Is this Ethan Thompson?" "Yes. This is Mercy General Hospital. Your sister listed you as her emergency contact." His blood ran cold. "What happened?" "She collapsed during physical therapy this morning. There were complications related to her previous injuries." The world went silent. "She's stable right now," the nurse continued, "but she asked for you." The phone slipped in his grip. Marissa stared at him. "What is it?" "She's in the hospital." The drive felt endless. Every red light felt like punishment. Every memory louder than the sirens in his head. Her voice echoed, "I stayed awake so you wouldn't be scared." When he reached the room, she looked smaller, pale, machines humming beside her. Her crutches leaned against the wall. He stepped closer slowly. "Lily." Her eyes opened weakly. "You came," she whispered, and that broke him. He fell to his knees beside her bed. "I'm sorry," he choked. "I was angry. I was selfish. She squeezed his hand gently. "You were overwhelmed." Tears streamed down his face. "You paid for the house. You protected it. You protected me." She looked at him quietly. "I didn't want you to feel trapped," she said softly. He shook his head. "I was never trapped because of you. I was safe because of you." Silence filled the room. Not heavy, not tense, just honest. He took a shaky breath. "You're coming home." Her expression shifted. "Ethan." "No," he said firmly but gently. "Our home, and this time, I'm adjusting." Her eyes filled with tears. "You don't have to." "I do." He stood up and carefully picked up her crutches. For the first time since the accident, he wasn't annoyed by their weight. He was grateful for the chance to carry them. 2 weeks later, the house looked different. The stairs had railings installed. A ramp stood by the front door. The hallway light stayed on at night, not because she needed it, but because he remembered. When Lily crossed the doorway again, she hesitated. "You don't have to be careful around me," she said softly. Ethan looked at her. "I'm not being careful, I'm being better." She stepped inside slowly. Tap, drag, tap. But this time, he walked beside her. And that day, Ethan learned something he could never undo. Sometimes the people we call a burden are the ones quietly holding our lives together. If this story touched you, drop a heart in the comments, share it with someone you love before it's too late, and follow for more powerful emotional stories with real life lessons.